Pakistan, ja, ja, Pakistan, dil, dil, Pakistan, ja, ja, Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Imi Answers on the Stani Army. It's been a week. I was supposed to release this video yesterday, never got a chance, so here we are. I'm just going to answer a few questions that have been set on Twitter and other platforms as well, and let's see where we are from there. Before I start, as always, just a kind request to everyone to like, share and subscribe. We need more people to share our videos and subscribe to the channel as well, so we can start growing. But without further ado, let's get going. M. Osama is again, and thank you very much for asking another question, asking about De Kock and what happened with Fakhar Zaman and what my opinions on that is. It's in the rule book that it's not allowed, so that's one thing. Yes, there's the ambiguous part. There's one little thing: the umpires have to judge if someone is, deeming to be obstructing the fielder. But I think that was clear. I think the smile, the smirk, everything else. And then when you see someone like Tabraiz Shamsi sort of saying that he was only asking someone to back up, who asks someone to back up when they're halfway running anyhow, when the ball is halfway towards the keeper? I mean, why would you back up then? It doesn't make any sense. So that's that. And then obviously the captain, Bavuma, admitting that it was a clever piece of work. I think that is basically indication that they knew what De Kock knew what he's doing. I think it's petty, because I think they would have won the game anyhow regardless. We're not going to hit 31 off the last over, so I think it's petty just to deny him a chance. And now there's no guarantee he would have got 200. There was a chance that he could have got to 200, but there we are. That's cricket for you. These things happen. There's always a bit of controversy here and there. Disappointing though. Mr. Crawley123 is asking me if there's a worse player that has played for Pakistan in terms of batting than Asif Ali, and then if that was who. It's an interesting one. We've had some awful batsmen. I tell you what, yeah, there's Asif Ali is someone who basically has one way of playing, so it's gonna sometimes come off. And getting 350s in his 16 innings is not exactly the end of the world yet for a number 6 or a number 7 in some ways. Though, I think we've seen enough of Asif Ali over the time to know that it's not going to come off. He doesn't have the game awareness, and he can't play spin. But if you're going to push come to shove and say, have I seen a worse player? Faisal Iqbal. You know what? I don't know what that guy was about. So that's the only person I can actually say. Interesting question from Shazib, and he's asking me if I was appointed the Pakistan coach tomorrow, what would the changes would be? Well, let's say if it's today, tomorrow's a game. I mean, what sort of changes could I make? I don't think I'll be making any immediate changes, but long term, you know what? I'm so in the belief that you identify a talent and you stick by them. And that's one of the things I would do, is I'll say, right, these are the players I've identified. So if I don't know, So Shakil was in my thoughts. I know he's injured right now, but I'm just giving a name as So Shakil, Hassan Ali, whoever it is. These players are in my thoughts. They're getting persisted with. The other thing I'll be requesting the PCB straight away is dropping pitches, because we need to realise how we're going to play when we go to South Africa away, when we go to Australia away. How are we going to cope with these places? So we need dropping pitches, but more than anything, we need this platform that we can set and that's only going to happen if we're going to be you know, consistent in our way we're going around. So yeah, one thing that I would do is say, right, these are my core players. You give them 3, 4, 5 series, and I'm assured they will come through at some point. This is why a lot of people have been mentioning Shadab as well and saying, why do you back him? Exactly why I keep backing him, because I see the talent in him. You know, he's had a bad 18 months. A lot of it's to do with injury. Then a lot of it's with hardly played any cricket. I mean, this is what, 5 O. This was now we've played 7 ODIs, including these 2, since the World Cup. You know, so let's be realistic on what we want to expect. So yeah, it's just a plan to go forward, and consistency is the biggest thing. If you're going to be consistent, and the other thing I would ask, and that'll be to the fans, and say, if you want us to play modern day cricket, if you want us to be successful the way other nations are doing it now, you know, playing this brand of cricket that's going to get you, then be prepared for failure, because it will happen. You'll have days where you're going to get 110 all out in 15 overs. It's going to happen. You're going to have really, really poor days. But as a nation, are we patient enough? I'll ask you that question. The whole kid starts asking me about the best opposition fans and why. It's an interesting one, because the games I've gone to have always been Pakistan sort of the majority. So judging someone like, say, New Zealand or South Africa, Australia, is very hard. Though, just thinking about it, it'll be the ones that I've encountered, the best fans that I've encountered. I'm gonna just snip and say Sri Lanka just over Bangladesh. Bangladesh in the World Cup, they were fantastic. They were making a lot of noise. They contested us for noise that day. Though Sri Lanka, the 2 games I've seen against Sri Lanka and Pakistan playing together, both times Sri Lankan fans have been excellent. One occasion does stand out, the Champions Trophy game against Sri Lanka. Absolutely stands out, because they got defeated, so you know they were favourites of that game, and then Sarfaraz played that knock, and you know we got through, and you know what? After the game, they celebrated with us. The dolls were out; they were dancing with us, and they also said, "Good luck on beating India, because you know you need to stop them." So, Sri Lanka. And Gabriel is asking me about with South Africa losing 5 players to IPL, is it time for us to test the bench? It's a good shout. You know what? It could be my time to say, you know what, we'll give a couple of players a go. So it's a very interesting shout. But then a series victory in South Africa is on the line. ODI Championship points on the line, so I'm just gonna come down to the point and say maybe it might be better to just say, let's go over our full strength side. We know Shadab's not playing, but let's make the adequate changes and really go in and try to win comprehensively, and become, if I'm not mistaken, the only Asian side to win 2 ODI series in South Africa. If I'm not mistaken, someone might be able to clarify that. I know we were the first, and I think we'll be the only one with 2. So that's that. And with that, that ends the show. And again, another request for everyone to like, share, and subscribe. We're only here for you. We're the fans, for the fans. get more questions in. It's not a time span of like you have to get them in on just the Sunday. DM me or tweet me and say, can you answer this, and I'll answer it for definite. So that's that done. And as always, Pakistan Zindabad.
दिल दिल से मिलते हैं तो प्यार का चेहरा बनता है, चेहरा बनता है। फूल की लड़ी में पिरोए तो फिर सेहरा बनता है, चेहरा बनता है।